Pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow, it's now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So FastPay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. So FastPay, so FastPay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Face to face with the good wishes of Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Flow. This is how we flow. At this time, we say good morning to Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Ralph E. Gonsalves for this morning's program. Good morning to you, Prime Minister. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Johnny P. Good morning to everyone at 7:05. And good morning to our listeners at home and abroad. The first thing I want to report on this morning is the weather system overnight. As you probably are aware, we have been spared the worst. We have had no reports of any loss of life, none as to any injuries. We have had some rooftops damaged because of gusty winds. The system is now in the Caribbean Sea, about 312 miles south-southwest. It's heading towards Curacao. That's at 5 o'clock this morning. Overnight, the winds, we had maximum winds gusting up to 40 miles per hour. The rainfall on St. Vincent itself was 1 inch, and in the Grenadines, as predicted, it was in the region of 3 inches. In St. Vincent, it had been predicted that we might have gotten up to 2 inches, but thankfully, there was only 1 inch. It's still, this morning, up to about just over an hour ago, I had inquired, it was still raining in the Grenadines, and it had been raining at Argyle. We are getting the tail end, so to speak. The seas remain rough, and the advisories are still in place for vessels, fishing craft, swimmers, and the like. Those will be reviewed at midday, I have been advised. The summary I've given you there is what I got from NEMO, from Michelle Forbes, and also from the meteorological office to the head of it, Billy Jeffers. I spoke with Vaughan Lewis, Dr. Vaughan Lewis, who is the acting CEO of Binlec. There were lots of areas last night, particularly in the south. You see, from Carapan area, come all the way down towards the Ratamill area. In pockets, we had electricity which was out, but we had 4 teams out last night doing the work. In some areas, the gusty winds made it difficult for the Binlec teams to work. There was outages down on the leeward in the Pembroke area, but those have been resolved, and so I've been advised that electricity is back up since early this morning down in that area. I spoke with Garth Saunders, who, as you know, is the CEO of CWSA, and the water systems south of the Dry River, all the systems were okay. And there was no notification which came in about the systems north of the river. That is to say, in relation to Sandy Bay and Fancy. And it was confirmed that those areas were not off. As a precautionary measure, because of the peculiarity of the system in Ovia, that system was shut down last night, but it's back up. It was shut down for safety purposes. and it's back up. So I think the report is fairly good. Well, the facts behind the report, we no doubt during the course of the day, we'll get more reports about damages to house roofs. Some of them would already have been damaged during the survey, Johnny P.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And we would, I don't know, when people call in you, Johnny P, on the phone, I'm using my cell phone.
Yes.
If they see I'm not responding, just don't persist now. You know what I mean? You know how that is.
Yes, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, PM.
I mean, they must know that I'm another call. Anyway, that's how it goes. So at most we will add to the 1,300 and something houses, which we have to do repairs on, and including upwards of 200, which we have to build now. And as you know, we have 27 of them. We are finished with them. We're just finalizing the roads. The base material had already been laid, but the rain is delaying us there. You understand, Johnny?
Yes, Prime Minister.
Strange enough, persons would go, they would have looked and say Friday, the stage of the works. And tomorrow they will go, if it's sunrise, if it's showing bright sunlight, and no problem. They say they what Brags are doing because up to now they ain't go past what they were Friday last week. But nobody will take into consideration that there was a lot of rain and you couldn't work.
Yes.
I mean, I will tell you, I myself, I had some things to do personally with some repairs somewhere, and I told Eloise to tell the people don't bother come to work until next week. I mean, they were to start or something, because it doesn't make any sense, anything.
Right.
Eh?
True.
You only would be wasting money.
Of course. Spinning top in mud, as we say.
Spinning top in mud. Yeah. In the case of Orange Hill, that is what you'll be doing, because the place will be muddy.
Yes.
We mark out an area with about 70 lots, which would be a big community, but we wouldn't build out all of those right now. We will build out 20-something and try to do 20-something up in Sandy Bay once we finalize the land issue with Montgomery, Daniel. I'm just awaiting word from the Venezuelans when to send the team to Venezuela to finalize the arrangements regarding the 150 homes, which the government of Venezuela had said, to do private houses done, we finalize them. You know that. So work is ongoing with that. Braxton Housing, we have already done maybe close to 500 houses, repairs at various levels, level 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the work is going on pretty good. And I know some monies were distributed to Braxton last week again by the Ministry of Finance to continue the work, close to $2 million. Johnny P, people talk, they don't know the cost of these things, and these monies for the houses come from our funds, except for the 41, which we are doing with the Musty Company, where they contribute in about $4 million. And of course, with the Venezuelans, with other houses. But the expensive repair program, the bill is footed entirely from our own resources.
Okay.
And which at times like these, we have to be careful how we spend every cent. Now, I want to bring us up to date on the distribution of the bank yard. we remember originally I told you we were that morning last week. I don't know if it's you I told or whether it was on them on Friday. Might have been on them on Friday. We had 3,392 cards out of the 4,000 to be distributed. But we added a few more